what if I told you there's a way to build a $30,000 per month Instagram business, working just 1 to 2 hours a day without showing your face, without any startup capital, and without any special skills? And I know it sounds way too good to be true, right? You're probably thinking, hey, this guy is an absolute scammer and he's not going to provide any value. But hey, in the next hour, I'm going to prove to you with real case studies, exact screenshots, and the complete step-by-step system how it's actually done, right? So my name is Arnas. I've helped over 150 students escape their 9 to 5 jobs using faceless Instagram pages, right? And some of them now are making way more in a month than they used to make in a year, okay? And now this webinar that I'm about to play after this intro was meant for my existing customers in one of my smaller programs. But I thought, this is super valuable. Let me just post it on YouTube. And in this training, I go over like how to find the content and what to do with the content and what to do with the newsletter and what to do with the monetization. I go through everything, right? And here's the thing. This opportunity definitely won't last forever, but you're at the right place at the right time. So just grab a coffee, find a quiet spot, and pay attention to every single word I say in this webinar, because what you're about to learn could completely transform your financial future. Let's dive in. All right, perfect. So today we're going to be talking about how to build a $30,000 per month Instagram faceless business in 1 to 2 hours a day. And if you haven't been in the online business space, or you just like heard something about it, you're like, this is absolute bullshit. Like, this guy is just full of shit here. And this is absolutely impossible, which, hey, look, I'm not saying you can snap your fingers and make it happen overnight. But trust me, there are many businesses out there in the world doing way more money than that. And the business owner doesn't work, 1 to 2 hours a day. They work less. So it's possible. And today I'm going to present basically to you, how do we get to that as close as possible? Like, how do we get as close to 30K a month as possible with a faceless Instagram business while working 1 to 2 hours a day? Doing all of that without showing your face, cold calling, or running Facebook ads or any ads, paid advertising, right? So I just want to introduce kind of the class here. So welcome everyone to this exclusive training. I'm Arnas Gintalas, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to escape a 9 to 5 trap and build a $30,000 per month faceless Instagram business working just 1 to 2 hours per day. Now, if you're watching this, you're probably stuck in your job that, controls your life, limits your income, and leaves you feeling like you're trading your best years for a paycheck, right? And you've probably thought about like starting an online business or doing the side hustle or maybe reselling. You're just like, I need to figure out something, right? But you just felt overwhelmed by all the complexity, or worried, hey, you don't have the expertise, you don't have the time. I mean, you're probably busy. Maybe you have a job, maybe you have kids, maybe you really like your hobbies and you're like, hey, with the job and the hobbies, I don't really have that much time. I'm not an expert on social media and I don't have that much of savings, right, to succeed here. I totally get you. And I know you're tired of being controlled by your work environment. I know you're frustrated watching other people no smarter than you. That's super important to mention. No smarter than you live their dream life while you're stuck in the same position, right? And I know you want to provide better for your family without sacrificing precious time with them. So here's what we'll cover today. We'll cover the ethical content swiping method that built me over 1 million followers in 13 months. We'll talk about how to turn anonymous followers, people who just found out about you online, into 30K a month using the newsletter integration method. I'll show you my automation system that runs your empire on autopilot in just 30 to 60 minutes daily. And I'll show you some real case studies from students generating anywhere between 5K a month and 100K a month, right? So, first, let me ask you a question. What if I told you that everything you've been taught about building an online business is absolutely wrong? Most people have no idea, but everything you see online is just most of it is BS, right? And we're going to cover that. But before that, my story 5 years ago, I was exactly where many of you are right now. I was just a broke kid from a small town in Lithuania. I was always entrepreneurial, but I had no idea what I was actually going to do. I mean, I tried everything. I tried drop shipping, affiliate marketing, trading, even got into an MLM without knowing it. I mean, you name it, I failed at it. And that's a picture of me more than 5 years ago, but you can see me standing with my mom. And the struggle that really nearly broke me, like all my friends laughed at me for my business ideas. They're like, who do you think you are? You're just like a kid from Lithuania, from the middle of nowhere. Like, why do you think you can achieve anything? And my mom, I mean, I thought my mom had 3 degrees, but actually I had a conversation about this because I was like, Mom, like I'm doing these webinars and I told some people like you have 3 degrees. Like, which ones do you have? And she was like, No, I have five. I was like, shit, that's crazy. But my mom is super like traditional, education, get a degree. I mean, get 5 degrees. Get 5 degrees. So my mom was consistently pushing me to go to university, just live like a normal person. And everyone around me thought I was crazy for wanting to start an online business. And they're like, yeah, you're delusional. Like, you know how many people fail at business? I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, even if 99% fail, I'll be the 1% who doesn't. So I had that attitude, but that was the only thing I had, just the attitude, and that's it. No results, no knowledge, no capital, nothing to show for it. But here's what really frustrated me, right? Every single guru online was telling me that, hey, to succeed, you need to show your face, you need to film YouTube videos, you need to be an influencer, or you need to do TikTok dances or create original content and basically become like a public personality, right? But me, I valued my privacy. I didn't want to be a public figure. And that maybe came from like a limiting belief from an insecurity inside, where it's like I just didn't feel good like talking about money or business in front of the camera. I was like, wasn't feeling good about it. So I felt trapped because everyone was saying that becoming a personality was the only way to succeed online. And I was watching all these like influencers making money while feeling like that path was like completely impossible for someone like me, right? And the breaking point was this. After trying multiple business models and watching everyone else my age start to make real money online, I was about to give up. I was like, you know what? I'm about to get 5 degrees like my mom and just like never look back. And look, I was still broke. I was still living with my parents. And my mom was consistently pressuring me to go to university like everyone else. And I was literally like one day away from accepting defeat and following the traditional path when something happened that changed everything for me, right? What I discovered was magical for me back then. I discovered that some of the biggest Instagram accounts in motivational and business niches were completely faceless, right? They were posting quotes, videos, valuable content without ever showing the person behind the page. And these pages had millions of followers and were clearly making some serious money. And that's when it hit me like a lightning bolt. Attention is currency, and Instagram was practically giving it away to anyone smart enough to create valuable content, regardless of whether they showed their face or not. So, after realizing that, the action I took was I started Passionate Income, right? As a completely faceless page, posting 3 pieces of valuable content daily using what I call the ethical content swiping. And I started adapting high performing content from successful accounts, right? And that's what happened. this is what happened. You can see Instagram looked a bit different back then. But this is what happened. I had 600K followers May 26th, 2021, and I started 2020 November 28th, right? So around 7 months in or 6 months in, I was already at 600K. So the result that shocked everyone, hey, in just 13 months, I grew over 1 million followers without showing my face once or spending a single dollar on ads. And more importantly, guys, I generated over $500,000 in profit from that single page while working just 1 to 2 hours per day, right? So this gave me complete like financial, location freedom, and I mean, I can work from anywhere in the world. I stopped worrying about money a long time ago now. And I finally started to live instead of just survive. I mean, I'll just give you an example. Last week I was in Spain. This week I'm in Colombia. Next week I'm going on like a weekend trip inside Colombia, but I don't, I can be whatever I want really. Like, there's nothing limiting me from where I am and what I do. Absolutely nothing. I can manage my work. And here's the kicker. I realized I was sitting on a gold mine that very few people knew about it. So, are you following, guys? This makes sense so far. If it does, and you're excited for the presentation here, drop a 4 in the chat just so I can make sure you're getting me, you're hearing me, and we can continue. Drop a 4 in the chat. I see Shaki, Pablo, Dimitri, Abhilak, Anders, Dare, Ingrida, Cindy, Michael, Juan, Dusan, Mark, Davidus. Nice. So around 8 people are getting me, and then the rest is just like, nah, man. I don't understand a single word you're saying here. All right, perfect. Let me continue. So how this applies to you. Here's how my story applies to your situation. Just like you, I was stuck trying business model after business model that didn't work. Just like you, I valued my privacy and didn't want to become a public figure. Okay. That was a big no-no for me. Just like you, I had zero social media experience when I started. Just like you, I was tired of wasting time on systems that didn't deliver results. And just like you, I needed something that could work alongside other responsibilities. But it's not just me. Here's proof that this will work for you too, right? So Ivan, one of my students, so I'll just showcase a few stories. Ivan, 2.1 million followers, generating consistent mid 5 figures monthly. Vegas, 10 million followers. Richard from 11 Stoic, 100K. He joined and started working with me when he had 100K followers, um, and was barely making any money. Now, 1 million followers in a 6 figure business. Manta, stay strong, motivated from 0 to 1 million followers and 20K a month. I have some 6 figure business stories. Anthony from Uncover AI, from barely making money to selling his company for 6 figures at just 20 years old. Okay, I just talked to him. He's absolutely like living his dream life, and he just sold his company like 2, 3 months ago. And he's growing different projects now. Mata is the daily prompter from almost zero. Like, he had the idea when he became my client. Now making 6 figures a year. I mean, grew a 6 figure business in the AI niche. Peter, like an 18-year-old guy from Germany, barely was making any money. Now he's just launching like huge projects and growing like crazy. So overall results of Instinct and Master, which is like my coaching program where I actually work with people like this. I mean, just people just like you. I mean, they started almost from absolute zero, not even knowing like what niche they want to get into. Overall results is like 10 people, 10 students reached 1 million followers or more. We have over 30 people in the range of 100K to 1 million. Over 150 students successfully escaped their 9 to 5 jobs. And students are generating anywhere between 5K a month to, I mean, I have a student making over 100K a month, which is pretty crazy. Um, the problem here is I'll tell you why 9 to 5ers stay trapped, okay? Let me tell you what's really keeping you trapped in like the traditional corporate world. So problem number one, first of all, you're dependent on a single income stream, right? So you're completely at a mercy of your employer. Like one layoff, one company restructure, one economic downturn, boom, your entire financial security just disappears overnight. Ask yourself, what happens if you lose your job overnight for something like that? If you have a mortgage, you have a family, you have a car payment, you have insurance, what happens to you financially, right? You can't depend on a single income stream, which you don't even control, really. I mean, sometimes even the best employees have to be let go, right? Mergers and acquisitions, stuff like that, changes in the company. Boom. Even if you're the best of the best, sometimes you'll be let go, right? The second problem is you have no clear path to financial freedom. So you've been told to like climb the corporate ladder, but even if you get promoted, you're still trading time for money. I talk to people and my clients like all the time, every single week, and most of our clients just work 9 to 5 jobs. And one of the questions I usually ask is like, hey, how many raises have you gotten like over the last 8 years you've been with this company? And most of the time, what I hear is like, well, I've gotten a raise like every 12 months or whatever, but it really is just like 5 or 10 or 15%. And with the inflation, doesn't really change anything. I just have more responsibility. And I end up having the same amount of money because of the inflation, right? So everything costs more. Yes, on paper I'm making more, but I'm spending more. And the problem number three is you're watching others live your dream life, right? So every day you see people on Instagram and social media living the life you want, traveling, working from anywhere, having true freedom, while you're stuck in the same cubicle, making someone else rich. And that really like crushes people, right? Because you're like, how the hell is this like Broccoli had kids online, he's just like living his dream life. Like he must be a scammer. He must be doing something illegal. Well, I'll tell you a secret. None of them basically are doing something illegal. They just figured out a way how to make money online, right? So the painful truth is this. If you don't take action today, you'll be in the same exact position next year, watching the same people live the life that could have been yours, right? And look, all of this stuff, like I didn't just come up with it. Look, you saw the picture of me 5 years ago. I'm not the brightest guy on earth. I mean, I'm pretty smart with what I do, but I learned all of this by reading a shitload of books, watching podcasts, and having mentors, right? And one of my favorites, I can't call him a mentor exactly because, I mean, I never worked with him one on one or whatever, but Naval Ravikant, very famous billionaire said this, and when I heard it, probably like I heard this like 3 or 4 years ago, it hit me like a ton of bricks. He said, "You're not going to get rich renting out your time. Even lawyers and doctors who are charging $3,000 per hour aren't getting rich. They're just working crazy hours." Ever met a rich lawyer? They work like 20 hours a day. They don't even sleep. They look terrible. Yes, their suit is like $20,000 and they wear a freaking Rolex, but what's in it for them? They're not rich. They're not really rich. Rich is having freedom. So what Naval Ravikant said is you're going to get rich by owning things that increase rapidly in value. You need to own equity, a piece of a business to gain your financial freedom, right? He's basically saying if you're not involved in a business, unless you own a business or you own a piece of the business, right? So maybe you have a business with a partner, investors, whatever, you own 20% of the business, you own equity, right? That's how you get rich. Business, not trading your time, renting your time for money. Yeah, pretty much that. So does that all make sense so far, guys? If it does, drop a 9 in the chat before I get into the 3 secrets that I'm about to reveal to you. I see 999. Aldis is getting hyped up for sure because he dropped three nines. Dusan said 9-9. Pretty excited as well. All right, guys. Let's get into the secret number one. Huh? Shall we? So the secret number one is the vehicle on how to build. Maybe I should stop clapping. The vehicle on how to build 1 million followers without showing your face using the ethical content swiping method. Okay. So I want to break a quick limiting belief that you probably have, or most people have about this is I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, I don't understand how ethical content swiping will work for me because I don't have any original content or expertise to share. Like I hear this all the time with my one-on-one clients because when I work with one-on-one clients, we usually start from zero. Like they have no idea what they're going to do. They have no idea which niche they're going to take, how they're going to monetize. And I'm like, oh, like, for example, for some people, I say, oh, like you should go into AI niche. And they're like, well, I'm not an expert in AI. And I'm like, absolute doesn't matter. Like, doesn't matter at all. What you need to be an expert is in ethical content swiping. I'm not an expert in farming or tractors. Trust me. I know just John Deere. I don't know if there are any farmers. I know John Deere. That's a brand like of tractors or whatever. That's all I know about farming. I could start a page about tractors and John Deere and farming today, and I can guarantee you that in 3 months from today, I would have a minimum of 100,000 followers grown organically. Okay. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to have something to share. You need to understand how content works, right? And the truth is, you don't even need original content. Okay. The most successful pages, they adapt and improve existing content. And I'll show you exactly how to do this ethically and effectively. Okay. I'm going to show it, reveal it to you right now. The whole sauce. Okay. You're lucky. All the attendees are here. You're lucky, guys. So the method here is pretty simple process, and I'll show you live how it works. Right. So first, it's a four-step process. First step is research phase, right? So I study like the most successful pages that are growing the fastest right now, that are blowing up. I find those pages to understand what content performs best for them. Okay? Because if it's freaking working for them, the thinking behind it is, well, it must work for me. If it works for 20 pages in the same niche that are growing the fastest on Instagram right now, today, that means you kind of need to find an overlay between all those 20 pages and take the best content, right? So you do the market research, and then second step is the content adaptation, right? So I take high performing content from those pages and I adapt it to my niche, my voice, my brand, right? And then the three post strategy, I post 3 pieces of curated content daily. 3 is like the magic number. Have I seen people post once a day and absolutely crush it? Yes. I've seen people post 10 times a day, absolutely crush it. Yes. But 3 is like a rule of thumb. I like number 3. Optimization, after I post 3 times a day and I keep on posting, let's say it's been 2 weeks or 4 weeks I've been posting 3 times a day, I track what worked really well, right? I find out, okay, like this post specifically worked and this and this and this post worked well over the past month. Let me double down on winning formats, find more content like that, create more content like that, and make it happen. Okay. Yeah, I should probably stop clapping. Just a bad habit. Hopefully you can hear me well while I'm clapping. So let me show you a live example of how this actually works. Okay. And I'll show you 2 examples of 2 different niches. So this is called market research. This is one of my clients literally did like J Okay. So that was probably like a few days ago, right? What you do is you find these pages and you analyze them and you find pages that are growing fast. And funnily enough, one of my clients found another client of mine as the number one page for him, which is Matas, right? Matas is like one of my clients. Um, and you find a page like that, and what you do is you check this out. Okay, this page was created May 2024. So a little bit more than a year ago, but it has almost 500,000 followers, right? And then we copy the username. It's pretty simple. We copy the username and we use something called Social Blade. Let me go on Social Blade and then refresh stats. Choo, 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 choo. Boom. And we can see how fast the page is growing, right? On a daily basis. I mean, every single day, how fast is it growing? You see, yesterday he almost grew 1,000 followers. And you can see that the daily average over the last 30 days was 1,081 followers. That's beautiful. He's growing 1,000 followers a day, not spending money on it. You know how much that would cost if you would spend money on ads? 1,000 followers a day would cost you around $2,000 to $5,000 in the AI niche to grow with ads. We're doing it totally for free. Look at his posts. He just does market research. And literally, it's the same exact post. It's like the same exact Canva template every single time. It doesn't change anything, right? He just changes the text, and it's always the same thing. I mean, all these posts are written by ChatGPT. He's growing 1,000 followers a day. Okay, that is like $2,000 to $5,000 per day in ad spend value. Okay, that's what you would spend. And I use this secret tool, which I'm not going to talk about right now. But if I scroll down, it will sort out the posts by likes, right? So I found the page that's growing super fast, that's absolutely taking off, that's in my niche, and I absolutely love the page. And then I'll use the secret tool to sort out the posts, and all the posts that perform the best will go up top, right? So this is in July, this was the best performing post of his, right? So I just read this post and I'm like, huh, this worked well for him. Let me recreate that. And then same thing here. The second best post of July was this. So I'm going to be like, huh, very interesting. I'm just going to take this post, recreate it, adapt it, and start posting on my page 3 times, 3 times per day. Okay. And this system took me from 0 to 1 million followers in 13 months without showing my face. And look, it took not just me, but it took 10 of my clients to 1 million followers plus. It took 30 plus of my one-on-one instant income mastery clients from 100K to 1 million range. And it literally, this system absolutely changes everyone's life every single day, the people who are in my community. Like if you adapt this, you're gonna win. It's just a matter of time. Now, addressing some of your concerns. I hear you. Before you even ask, I know what's coming. So, won't this get me in trouble? No, it won't, because we're adapting concepts, not copying content. Hmm? Get it? We're not copying content. We take something that's working really well and we adapt that. Will this work in my industry? Will it work in my industry? Yeah, yes. Human psychology works the same in every single industry. Like I gave you an example. I could grow a page in farming just like that. If I wanted to, I could grow a page in farming, right? I don't know anything about farming. And how do followers make money? Well, that's a great question. That's exactly what I'm about to show you next, okay? But before I do, let me know, does the secret number one make sense for you? If it does, drop a one in the chat so I can see that I'm explaining everything in a clear enough way. I just see one, two, three, four, five ones, six ones. Okay, 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 okay. I see, I see. I see a four. Michael, I absolutely love you, man. That was a four right there. That's good. Does that mean four ones? Super clear? Okay, so I see like five people said one. Is it not clear for everyone else here? I just want to make sure we're on the right track here, guys. Don't be scared. To type in a one, it takes you like a second. People are sleeping. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Okay, Shaki is saying one, 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 one. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. All right. I'm coding in the background. That's the attitude. You're grinding. That's good. All right. I see it's pretty clear, more or less. I'm supposed to be working right now. I mean, look, better to work on your dreams. Better to work on your dreams. That's what's up. All right, secret number two. Let's get into it. Internal beliefs. How to turn your anonymous following into $30,000 per month without using, oh, with, by, by using the newsletter integration method, right? So breaking the limiting belief, you might be thinking, I'm not a good enough of a writer or an expert to create some valuable newsletter content or sell something, like I don't know anything about this. That doesn't matter because I'll give you proven templates and show you exactly how to monetize without being an expert. You're curating value. Okay, curating value. You're not creating it. So the discovery that really 10x'd my income and got me to like the point where bankers are calling me from different banks and saying, "Hey, sir, we noticed that your balance is pretty high. If you need any credit, just let us know. If you need 100 grand to buy something, just let us know, please." Like now, the secret that got me to that level, to the level where I'll tell you a quick funny story. I'm with this girl in Spain last week, and I walk into Tiffany for a ring, right? And I walk in with my watch. The sales guy saw the watch, was like, "Sir, I know exactly what you'll love." And he gave me the most expensive ring, and Tiffany put it on the girl, and he was like showing the price of the watch of the ring like that. While the girl was measuring the ring, and it was like 55,000 euros. I was like, oh man, I remember being absolutely like a broke kid in Lithuania, like trying to save up like 2 euros to just buy like a chocolate or something. So really what 10x my income and got me to that next level of wealth is this. I realized that I had this amazing audience on Instagram, but I was leaving money on the table. Instagram alone wasn't enough. And that's when I discovered the newsletter strategy that 10x my income from the same followers, right? So here's why this works so well. Email converts 10 times better than Instagram for sales, for making money. You own your email list, right? Instagram technically can disappear tomorrow. It won't because it's almost like $1 trillion company, but it can. It can disappear tomorrow. It can. It's a possibility. Newsletters allow for deeper relationship building. Think of an Instagram as like Instagram is the first date. A newsletter is kind of like you're dating. You're in a relationship, right? That it's a closer relationship on a newsletter. And with email, I realized multiple monetization opportunities opened up per subscriber, right? Because look, absolutely everyone loves, to receive a good newsletter. And you, as a business owner, you love to have email newsletters because you can monetize that in so many different ways. So the simple four-step process is this. First of all, the lead magnet creation. So you offer something valuable to your audience in exchange for an email address. I'll take everyone's email. You probably showed up to this webinar because I was just blasting you with emails. And I know it's a bit annoying, but let me give it back to you by providing a shitload of value here. Um, then the newsletter setup. Just use platforms like Beehive. You set up the newsletter. It takes like 10 minutes. And then whenever someone takes like the lead magnet, something you give away for free, like a PDF to your audience, when someone enters their email, it goes into like Beehive, the platform. So you don't have to like store it, I don't know, on an Excel sheet or something. You just store it on a software. You press send and it sends out emails to everyone. Content strategy. You send just like two, three valuable emails per week. And then monetization, you start earning from day one through multiple streams. Okay, let me just show it. Let me go back to the same example, and you'll see very, very clearly what I just explained. Maybe it was a bit confusing on that notion, but let me show you. You know, you have this post, whatever. Doesn't matter what's written here right now. The whole point is this. Uh, Matas, one of my students that I showed you previously, he's saying this. Free 700 AI toolkit. Get it now. Comment yes, and I'll send you my AI toolkit for free. Okay. And then you see how many people are commenting yes, 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 please. And then every time they comment, somehow magically a comment appears under their comment. Every single time. He never misses. I guess he's just sitting on the phone all day answering comments. No, he's not doing that. He's using a ManyChat bot. Okay, it's a bot we're using, and you can see 2,939 comments. Half of them is just him replying to the comments. So that means around 1,500 people said, "Hey, I want this free thing. Can you send it to me?" And they said, "Yes, yes, yes." And he said, "Check your DMs." And then he sent the link in their DMs automatically with a ManyChat bot. Okay, that's where Instagram automation kicks in. It's all on autopilot. Okay, while he's sleeping, these posts are going viral all the time, and he's getting hundreds, if not thousands, of messages every single day of people asking for a free thing, right? And his free thing is just like an AI toolkit. And this is how it looks like. I mean, it's super simple. Like, this is not rocket science. Literally just like one, two, three, four, five, six words here and drop your email. Email. You can build this on Beehive in like 5 minutes. Super simple. I entered this email. If I enter an email here, I'm fucked. We like to say that in marketing. You're fucked. Now he's going to market to me until I either buy, how they say it in the Wolf of Wall Street movie, until they buy or they freaking die, right? So I'm not going to enter my email right now here, but you get the point. He's going to send out a bunch of emails providing a lot of value, and then he's just going to sell me, once a week or once every 2 weeks, whatever he's selling, right? So real student examples, 18-year-old Peter went from barely making any money to generating $2,500 in just 3 days using this exact newsletter system, right? And the income streams here, this is beautiful, right? So you can have Beehive boosts where you promote other newsletters on your newsletter and get 50 cents to $1 per subscriber every single time. You have digital product sales, right? So a digital product is anything you can buy online and get access to immediately. Doesn't need to be a course or an ebook. There are digital products, but for example, every single app on your phone is a digital product as well, right? So you can sell those anywhere between like $27 and $297, and then sponsorship opportunities from $500 to $5,000 per email, right? Big brands will come in and be like, "Oh, you have 50,000 subscribers. We'd love to pay you $5,000 for it." So the templates I give my clients usually is email welcome sequences that build trust, product launch campaigns that convert, engagement emails that keep subscribers active, and monetization sequences that generate income. Okay. So if the secret two is clear for you guys, drop a number two in the chat. Por favor. I see 22222. Damn. We're flying. I'm speaking loud and clear, I guess. Very good. Don't get too excited because secret number three, that's a banger. That's a banger. All right. So, okay, everyone dropped the two. I guess for everyone else, it wasn't clear. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll try to speak more loudly and more clearly. Ah, let me get a sip of some holy water. Ah, so good. So good. I'm excited for you guys. All right, let's jump into the secret. Yeah, I need to stop clapping seriously. The secret number three. Hmm? Secret number three. I'm not clapping. I'm not clapping anymore. Need to stop doing that. Secret number three is this: how to automate your entire empire so it runs on autopilot while you work just 30 to 60 minutes per day. And guys, I tested this last week because, like I said, like I mentioned, I went to Spain. It was an absolute blast. It was so good. You can even, if you don't follow me on Instagram, on my personal brand, what are you doing then? Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you the real life example of owner artist life. Okay. Here you go. I uploaded this post, right? And it was Euro trip, like luxury, whatever. Went for a week, went to Rolex store as well, right? Did all of that. And I literally worked less than an hour every single, like 30 minutes a day, right? Like it was pretty freaking cool. Spa and stuff like that. Like just I was living this. I'm a guy who likes to work, don't get me wrong, but there's time and place for work. I felt like not working for a week. I just literally booked tickets to Spain, went to Spain, explored Spain, came back to Colombia. I'm came back not in some fucking shed or a studio apartment, came back to my three-story penthouse over here, which you can probably also see in my posts, probably. I don't know if there's any. Not that many, but here you go. This is where I'm taking the call from, right? So my point is I'm living this life. I'm not just chit-chatting here. This is my chef, by the way. He's coming over in 20 minutes. So breaking the limiting belief, you might be thinking, I don't know how to automate content creation and posting without losing quality. Well, that's not a problem. That's not a problem because I'll show you the the exact automation tools and systems I use that maintain quality while requiring minimal time investment. So I can actually travel and do whatever I want. So my automation journey initially, I was spending 3 hours daily creating content, responding to comments, and managing everything manually. I knew like this wasn't scalable if I wanted true freedom, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do the work, right? And then I realized, yeah, I want to travel. I want more freedom. I want to like go to the gym whenever I want. I'm a big gym fan. I don't know if you guys are, but got to show off those guns. I'm a big gym fan, right? Gym for me, like I started working out when I was like 5 years old. I started martial arts when I was 6 years old. So me personally, I want to go to the gym whenever I want, not when I don't have any work. I want to go, like I prioritize gym. So I'll go whenever I want because I have automations running, right? So three pillar automation system. First of all is you can automate the content, right? So you can create content banks for like a week up front of posts that are ready. They're not uploaded, but they're in an archive, right? They're scheduled. You either have them in like a Google Drive or like a Dropbox folder or like on your phone saved, right? But you have content prepared for like a week straight. That's number one. Then you can use template systems for quick content creation, right? So I'm not gonna try to find it, but you basically like something like this, right? Every single post is the same post. It just everything that changes is the text. So when you have like templated content, all you do is you just change the text, right? You don't need to think about design or what logo do I put here or whatever. You just find whatever that's working and you run with the same template. That automates so much because when I hire someone or I tell someone to do it, I don't need to teach them 20 different templates and then they mess everything up. I just give them one template. Here you go. Boom. Use this. Change the text. Swap out the text here, right? And then AI tools for caption writing and optimization. So, for example, this caption is written by AI, and this whole post is written by AI. Literally all AI written. So we leverage AI nowadays a lot to do a lot of the heavy lifting. So first thing you do is you automate, you content automate, right? You just strategize and put structure behind content. Then the second pillar of automation is virtual assistant systems, right? So what you do is you hire and find reliable virtual assistants. It's just a fancy word for someone overseas that works for you online and does all the work for you that you give them, that you ask them. Obviously, they're not going to be like a CEO level, virtual assistant, but they will be able to run all the content for you and do the uploading and create ideas and stuff like that. So you hire VAs, you train VAs, and you show them your systems of your content to get them up to speed quickly. Then you use management tools to oversee like multiple VAs. So you communicate on like Telegram or Slack. And then there are softwares to track like what they did in a day. And then they fill out like an end of the day report. So you know exactly what they did, right? And then what we do is we create standard operating procedures for consistency. So we create like standard operating procedures for this Instagram, for example. And we're like, this is exactly how you do content for this page, and that's it. Like, these are the steps. Like, these are the 10 steps you need to take to recreate this and recreate this 3 times a day. So that's the second pillar that you can automate. And the third pillar of automation is income automation. That's the beauty. That's where really the beauty comes from, right? So automated sales funnels that sell 24/7, right? So a sales funnel will be, like a website they can go on and fill out their credit card details, get whatever they're buying, and it all runs on autopilot. I mean, every single day that I wake up, I have like minimum already like $500 in sales already, like done. Um, so yeah, like every time I wake up, that happens. Um, then email sequences that nurture and convert, right? So you can obviously write emails yourself and stuff like that and wake up every morning, send out an email, but you can create a sequence that whenever someone takes a lead magnet, you just send them like a long list of emails like every single day for like 30 days or 14 days, which nurtures them and sells to them, right? Payment processing and product delivery. So you just use something like WAP or Copecard or Gumroad, where it's like they'll handle the payment processing, they'll handle the product delivery, and they'll just pay out the money into your bank account. And then customer service automation, you just want to take some of your VAs and be like, hey, this is the customer service. You want to like manage that. And the result, this automation allowed me to scale multiple pages simultaneously while working less than 60 minutes per day. I can travel anywhere and my income continues to grow. And I feel very confident saying that because I just did that last week, right? Student proof. Okay, multiple students are now using these same systems to manage 3 to 5 pages while working less than 2 hours daily. Now, guys, drop a number. I'll hit you with a different one. Drop a number 8 in the chat if everything was clear when it comes to automation. 88888. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful work. 888. I see some 8s in the chat. All right, all right, all right. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So the complete system reveal. Let me pull back the curtain and show you how these 3 secrets work together to create a $30,000 per month business, right? Just to tie all of this together. So secret number 1, ethical content swiping. What it will do is it's your traffic engine that builds massive following without you showing your face. Secret number 2, the newsletter integration. Your monetization machine that turns followers into monthly recurring revenue. Okay, and secret number 3, automation system. So that's your freedom formula that runs everything on autopilot. And when you combine all 3, you get a business that grows automatically while you sleep, generates multiple income streams, requires just 30 to 60 minutes of work daily, and gives you complete location and time freedom. The $1 billion question is, how quickly can you implement all of this? Right? And guys, I totally understand. Probably all of you have a bunch of questions and want to ask something. We'll get into the Q&A at the end of this presentation when I wrap up. So now here's where I need to be completely transparent with you. Everything I shown you today absolutely works. I mean, you've seen proof from my students. You have this strategy. You could take these 3 secrets and eventually build a successful business. But here's what I haven't told you yet. There are hundreds of little details, optimizations, and shortcuts that make the difference between taking 2 years to build this and 90 days, or making $1,000 a month versus $30,000 a month, or working 5 hours daily versus 30 minutes daily, or struggling alone versus having a proven roadmap. So the hidden challenges that nobody talks about is which content actually converts followers to customers. How to negotiate with page sellers without getting scammed when you're buying pages. The exact email sequences that generate sales on autopilot. When to scale and when to optimize because you don't want to be scaling all the time. How to hire VAs who won't destroy your pages or steal your pages, right? So after helping over 150 students to build their Instagram empires, I've seen every single mistake, every single shortcut, and every optimization that separates the winners from everyone else. I have some student examples here. ChatGPT Tricks, the biggest AI page. Mindset Hub, that's Colin. Your AI Compass, Peter. Daily Prompter, Matas. Uncover AI. Stay Strong Motivated, 11 Stoic. Mindset Therapy. Success Shape. As DCAW Spirituality. Add Supercar. Motive Mastery, Lucidity, and I'll show you something. This Instant Income Mastery group chat, right? You know, this is where all my clients chat. I mean, you can just see like all the time people are like making money or making followers, one of the two. And when I made this presentation, it was July 2nd, so I just like went on the chat and yeah, I made this like a month ago. So I went on the chat and I was like, let me just showcase you what a normal day inside our group chat looks like, right? So July 2nd, Mata said, no, about Matas. This is crazy. Beehive recommending like founder Matas, this page, his newsletter, right? And it's like one win, right? At like 4:57 a.m. Then 7:37 a.m. Hey guys, just reached 1,000 followers on day 41 of posting. Boom. Yasin said, yeah, me too. Right? A few minutes later, just reached 1K today. Then 8:25 a.m. July 2nd. Hi, everyone. I just got over 1 million followers on Threads and 2K followers after close to 3 weeks of posting. You see 20 people added the fire emoji. Hi, everyone. Like, my name is Renatas. I didn't, post a lot, but essentially hit 100K views within the first month of posting, which is okay, you know? And we're just going back and forth. And I said, this group chat is just becoming a big wins channel. Haha. So happy for everyone here. Absolutely crushing it, guys. Then another one right after that. Hey, just another motivational post. It's amazing to get these notifications so early in my journey. Just do what Arnas and the other coaches say, and it will pay off eventually. And then, 12:51 p.m., 5K followers today and 10 million views. And I know there are a few more, I think, that day, right? That's just the normal morning inside our group chat. So what is Instant Income Mastery? So this is why I created Instant Income Mastery, to give you everything you need to succeed in one complete system. Here's exactly what's included. So the first component is the Instant Income Mastery 3-month intensive program, right? So this is your complete roadmap to 30K a month. You get a personal one-on-one onboarding call with me where I'll analyze your situation. We'll choose a niche. We'll choose how you're going to build the page, how you're going to monetize. I'll paint you a long-term picture plan and also give you a 90-day action plan. You get 3 weekly group coaching calls for 3 months. So get your questions answered and stay on track live with guidance 3 times a week, okay, all the time. You get a complete video course library, step-by-step modules covering every single aspect of building your empire. Ethical content swiping masterclass, like my exact systems for finding and adapting viral content. Newsletter monetization blueprint, where you turn followers into recurring revenue with proven templates. Automation scaling, automations and scaling strategies. So you build multiple income streams that run without you. Private student community. You can connect with over 150 successful students who are absolutely crushing it with hundreds of thousands and millions of followers and pick their brain and network with them, right? And you also, most importantly, get direct access to my WhatsApp, okay? The same WhatsApp that my mama calls me on. You'll be able to message me for any questions and any feedback. And who this works for? Well, it works for 95 professionals ready to escape corporate life. It works for busy parents who need flexible income, introverts who don't want to show their face, complete beginners with zero experience, and anyone who values privacy and freedom. The second component is content creation tools, right? I'll give you all the viral content templates, AI automation prompts, newsletter swipe copy, and growth tracking sheets, right? So this suite saves you $2,000 per month on content creators, 15 hours per week on content creation, 12 months of trial and error and trying to find what's working, and countless mistakes that kill growth. Component number three of Instant Income Mastery is the $1 million case study vault. Okay, so you see exactly how I built my empire, and you get complete analytical breakdown. You get content that went viral. You get revenue screenshots and how I actually made 500K with it, and behind the scenes access. So I spent 13 months and thousands of hours figuring this out, and you'll get the blueprint in days. Component number 4 is character mastery. The mindset is number one thing everyone struggles with, and the number one thing that really keeps everyone from achieving greatness. So I'll teach you the psychology of success, how to overcome imposter syndrome, how success mindset shifts, right? How do you build confidence? How do you eliminate fear? And all of that. And component number 5 is algorithm proof growth system. So I'll show you exact future proof strategy that always works. No matter what changes come out on Instagram, you'll have evergreen growth principles, algorithm update survival, no matter what changes, you still have it, and platform diversification, long-term scaling, right? Never worry about algorithm changes. The total program value is $11,500. But wait, there's more. You get exclusive fast action bonus for the first 10 people who are right here on this webinar. So you get personal 90 days roadmap strategy session with me, personally, Okay, so this is not just another call. This is where you come in, I analyze your unique situation and your goals. I identify your personal fastest path to 10K a month, and I create your personalized 90-day action plan. And then we determine with everything, your situation, the fastest path for you, when you have a plan, then we determine if we're the right fit to work together. Okay. And value of that is just priceless. And I'll give it to you absolutely for free while you're here on this call. So this one session alone could shortcut years of struggle into 90 days of just focused action. And the results you can expect is this. Based on over 150 students, success stories, this is it. First 30 days, launch your Faceless Instagram empire, reach your first 10K followers, set up monetization systems, generate your first income online. On the second month, you'll scale to 50K followers, hit anywhere between 1 to 3,000 monthly revenue, activate automation systems, and work just 1 to 2 hours daily. And then after the 3 months, I can personally guarantee $3,000 to $5,000 monthly income, multiple income streams active, complete location freedom achieved, and ready to scale to 10 to 30K a month. So after 6 months, many students are generating 10 to 30K monthly across multiple pages while working less than an hour per day, right? And three critical questions to ask before we go any further. Look, if all this did, if Instant Income Mastery just did this, if all this did was show you exactly how to build 100K followers in 100 days without showing your face, using ethical content swiping, would it be worth it? If all Instant Income Mastery did for you was give you the confidence to monetize your following and build your profitable products that generate $30,000 monthly, would it be worth it? And question number three is this. If all this did means if all Insync and Mastery did for you was automate your entire content creation so you can just work 30 to 60 minutes per day while earning passive income, would it be worth it? And if you answered yes to any of these questions, then what I'm about to share is exactly what you need. Your crossroad moment. Right now, you're standing at a crossroad that will determine your next 5 years. Path number one, the status quo. You stay at the same position, you stay in your 9 to 5, watching others succeed, keep trading your time for money with no scalability. Wonder, what if I took the opportunity for the rest of your life and watch the Instagram opportunity pass you by? Because obviously this is not going to last forever. You can take the path two, which is the DIY route, right? You can try to figure everything out yourself, spend 12 to 24 months making expensive mistakes, work alone without support and feedback, and maybe succeed, maybe give up like 99% do. Or the path three is the fast track. So you can get my proven systems and personal guidance, build your empire in the next 90 days, join a community of absolute killers and successful students. And we can guarantee your success with expert support. So the choice is yours, but let me be clear. The Instagram opportunity won't last forever. Every day, more people discover this. Every day, it gets slightly harder, and every day you wait is income loss. So how to get started? Look, if you're serious about building your 30K a month faceless Instagram business, here's your next step. Book your personalized strategy session with me. And this is where we'll basically dive deep into your situation, understand exactly where you are and where you want to be. We'll create your 90-day game plan and map out your fastest path for you to freedom and show you behind the scenes. Like you'll see exactly how the system works for your specific goals. And then we'll determine, okay, can we work together? If it makes sense, I'll show you how we can work together. If it doesn't make sense, I'll be the first one to tell you and try to guide you in the right direction. This strategy session is perfect for you if you're ready to escape your 9 to 5 rat race. You can dedicate 1 to 2 hours daily to your freedom. You're coachable and willing to follow proven systems and understand that real businesses require real commitment. So here's how it works. Click the link below, book your strategy session, and at a time that works for you, you choose the time and come prepared to transform your life. So limited availability. Like I said, I made this presentation I'll drop the link in the chat. I made this presentation, okay, a month ago because last time I dropped the link in the chat, we literally got like 17 bookings in 5 minutes. And I value my privacy, okay? And I value my time. I'm not gonna just give away my time for free to everyone. So I can only work with a select number of students at a time to ensure everyone gets the attention they deserve. And last time I opened up my calendar, we had 17 bookings in 5 minutes, and I had to close enrollment for an entire month, right? This presentation was made July 2nd. Now is August 1st. So if you're serious about this opportunity, you need to act now. So book your strategy session. I dropped the link in the chat. Just open it up, choose a time. It will show up in your time zone, right? Time zone should be correct here. And you just choose a time. You choose a time that works for you. We have 10 spots open right now. So your final decision. Let me leave you with this. 5 years ago, I was a broke kid from Lithuania with big dreams, but absolutely no clear path. And today I run multiple seven-figure businesses while traveling the world and working less than 2 hours daily. And the only difference between then and now is I took action when the opportunity presented itself. So now it's your turn. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. You're waking up without an alarm, checking your phone to see overnight sales, working from a beach, coffee shop, your couch, whatever you want. Having freedom to be present with your family and knowing you'll never have to ask for permission again. Look, this isn't a fantasy. This is exactly what my students experience every single day. So the question is, will you be one of them? So take action now. You have the link in the chat. I just dropped it. It's there. Open it up. Choose a time that works best for you. Book in a call. Okay? Your future self will thank you for making this decision today. And I look forward to speaking with you personally and helping you build the freedom that you deserve. Okay? And remember, every minute you wait is another minute someone else is building the life you want. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. Again, just click the link here, choose the day and the time that works best for you, and we'll have a chat soon. Okay, and now I'll answer your questions about the ethical content swiping method, the newsletter monetization, the automation systems, and how we can work together to build your Instagram empire.